So you can come into a comfortable cross-legged position. Feel free to sit up on something if that's useful. And you can either close your eyes or take a soft gaze towards the floor in front of you. And begin to slow down your breath. And each exhale, just see if there's a little bit more to release, anything that's not needed here now. And anytime you need, come back to the simplicity of just feeling that you're breathing, feeling that you're touching the floor, recentering. And if you have the space to be curious, see if you can notice something new inside the pose you're in, even if it's something very familiar. Let your eyes open, keeping a soft focus, and feel free to open and close your eyes as it's useful for you throughout your practice. Let's take the right arm up. We'll bend it straight back on itself. Grab your elbow and take it as far back as you can. So you are exploring your full range of motion. And then release, arm up, open it out, take it across, hook with the other arm and hug it in as close as you can. As you do this, draw back through your right shoulder so you're resisting a little bit, keeping even through the torso. Release, arm out. Rotate your thumb to point down, wrap it around behind your back so back of your hand is at your waist. Interlace fingers at your waist. Pull your knuckles around towards the front, elbows go towards one another, and then circle your right shoulder. Just bring a little movement into creaky, tight place. Keeping fingers interlaced, reach both arms back, open up the chest. You can stay upright or fold forward part way or all the way. And then release, come up, hands to knees. Round back, lean away from your hands on your knees, drop your chin. Roll your way back up. Let's recross the leg so the other leg is in front or on top. We'll take the left arm up, bend it straight back on itself. Grab your elbow and take it back. Draw the lower ribs down, maybe engage the abdominals a little. Release, arm up, open it out, take it across, hook with the other arm, hug it in close, and then pull back through your left shoulder. Release, arm out, thumb points down, wrap it around, interlace fingers, knuckles towards the front, elbows towards one another, maybe the other thumb on top this time. Circle your left shoulder. Keeping fingers interlaced. Reach both arms back, open up the chest. Fold any amount. Release. Come up, hands to knees, round back. Roll your way up, still holding the knees. Pull the chest through, coming to an upper back arch, keeping abdominals engaged. And then round back. Bring your feet to the floor, hands behind the legs. Put a little pressure up on the backs of the knees. If you need to come off what you're sitting on, feel free to do that at any time. Roll up from the base of the spine, arch back, but also lean back, so really working core. We'll go back and forth between these two positions. Exhale, round. Inhale, roll up and arch. Exhale, back. Inhale, up. Exhale, back. Inhale, up. Now, exhale back, release the arms, come down a little lower. Inhale, same arch, but arms come by the ears. Exhale, back. Inhale, up. Exhale, back. Let's hold this last one. Come up, holding here. Might lean back a little bit more, lift the chest a little more. Release, round back. Holding here. Find just the right amount of effort, all of what's needed, nothing that's not. And then release. Let's come forward onto hands and knees, tabletop. If you'd like to pad your knees, you might use a blanket or something under your knees. Hands right under shoulders, knees under hips. Let's take a few rolls through the spine, starting by lifting head and tailbone arching, and then round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, curve. Now inhale, arch, send your right leg back. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, extend. Exhale, shift your weight forward, bend part way or all the way to the floor, and then press back up. Knee in. Extend. Go forward to dip down. If going all the way down is too much, just do what feels right. Maybe it's just a couple of inches. Push up from there. Knee in. Extend. One more time. Go forward to dip down. Slow and smooth. Press up. Knee in. Extend and roll your hip open. Reaching toes to the sidewall. You might stay here on two hands, or left hand comes back, kicking your foot into your hand. Pulling up away from the supporting hand. And then gently release. Arm forward, leg back, square off shoulders and hips. Draw the belly in. Release, hands and knees. Sink back to child's pose. Maybe give that right wrist a little rub or circle. And come back up through table, setting up. Inhale, lift head and tailbone. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, curve. Inhale, arch, and send the left leg back. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, extend. Exhale, dip down. Press up. Knee in. Extend. Slow and smooth. Go forward to dip down. Press up. Knee in. Extend. One more time. Dip down. Press up. Knee in. Extend and roll your hip open, holding here or bringing right hand back, catching your foot, kicking your foot into your hand, lifting up. Gently release, arm forward, leg back, square off, shoulders and hips, lift up. Release hands and knees. Sink back to child's pose. Maybe give that left wrist a little circle or rub. And with both hands out in front of you, walk your hands over to the left and then pull back through your right hip, stretching right side a little more. Come through center and over to the other side. Pull back through your left hip, stretching left side a bit more. Back to center. Let's lift up through table and into downward facing dog. Sending the hips up and back. Take your time, opening up the backs of the legs. Any movement that feels good here. And then walk your hands and feet towards one another. Let's hang in ragdoll. Feet hip width apart, parallel. You can bend your knees a little or a lot. You might take a sway or shake out, letting go. Bend your knees a little more, slowly roll up, coming all the way up to standing. And into mountain pose, Tadasana. Feet can be together or apart. Bring hands together at the heart. Let's take a full A-series sun salutation. Inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, fold forward, swan dive down. Inhale, lengthen partway up. Step or hop your feet back, lower down, chaturanga. Come into your back bend, and this could be as low or high as feels right for you. Little baby cobra, or up dog, or anywhere in between. And then back to down dog when you're ready. Let's take 5 deep breaths. Maybe in down dog, maybe in some other resting pose. Could be child's pose or sitting or on your forearms or knees. Last breath here. Come back through down dog, step or hop your feet forward, inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Again, inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. This time from down dog, take your right leg up, bend your knee in. Start circling this bent right knee, as big a circle as you can make. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight. Circle your ankle a few times, big circles, both directions. Take your leg a little higher and then bring your right knee towards right upper arm. Extend it up and back. Take it across towards left upper arm. Send it up and back. Now right towards the center of your chest. Reach it up and back. Big step forward, high lunge, arms up. Sink low. Let's grab the left wrist. Take it over for a side bend. Same thing, other side. Grab your right wrist, take it over. Back to center. Interlace fingers behind your back. Lift the chest. Hips low, heart high. Release, arms up. Tip forward, standing splits, hands to the floor or to a couple of blocks. Can you let your head hang, let the neck release? Big step back. Warrior one. One more breath here. Release. Make your way to down dog. You might take a vinyasa. You might move in some other way. Feel what you are doing. Take the time you need to do it. From down dog, left leg sweeps up, bend your knee in, start circling. This bent left knee in the biggest circle you can make. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, circle your ankle a couple times. Take your leg a little higher and then left knee towards left upper arm. Reach it up and back. Take it across towards right upper arm. Up and back. Now right towards the center of your chest. Send it up and back. Big step forward. High lunge, arms high. Hips low. Grab your right wrist, take it over. Same thing, other side. Back to center. Interlace fingers behind your back. Other thumb on top this time. Hips low, heart high. Release, arms up. Tip forward. Standing splits. Square off your hips. Stretch that right leg as long as you can. Let your head hang and release. One more breath here. Step back. Warrior one. Last breath. Release. Make your way back to a good resting pose. More important than the shape, come back to a quality, presence and ease, letting go. Last breath here. Let's come back through down dog. And step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Let's take just the right arm up as we inhale. Exhale over to a side bend. The left arm can provide a little support. Big reach out like a yawn. Reach a little further out, come up, release down. Same thing other side. Reach a little further out, come up, release down. Interlace fingers, press out through your palms, take your arms up by your ears, shoulders drop but arms reach straight, and then rise up onto your toes. Can there be calm as you're wobbling, and breath be steady as you're concentrating? Start to fold forward, staying in balance on the toes. You can bring your hands to your legs wherever they meet, the upper legs or lower. Bend your knees a little or a lot. And then release. Drop your hands, drop your heels. Drop your head, let that go. Bend the knees, come into chair, Utkatasana. Hips go low. Head lifts high, shoulders low, fingers high. Everything going up and down at once. Last breath here. Release, fold forward. Inhaling, flat back. Step or hop back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. Back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Let's come into warrior three. Shift forward and find your balance. You're welcome to keep your torso high and your leg low. Or shift further forward, going towards parallel. Supporting leg bent a little or a lot. Make sure you're not locking it. Last breath here. Step back, warrior one. Release through your movement transition. From down dog, left leg sweeps up, step forward, high lunge, arms up. Warrior three. You can find the angle that feels appropriate for you. Can you find as much length through the end points? Last breath here. Step back, warrior one, just one breath. Release through your movement transition. Back to your rest. Down dog, child's pose, sitting, or something else. Last breath here. Coming through down dog, step or hop your feet forward, inhaling flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, arms up, inhale, chair. Exhale, straighten. Again, inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. Back to down dog, right leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge, arms up. Warrior three, one breath. Step back. Warrior one. Let's take eagle arms, right elbow on top. Put some pressure between the arms like you're trying to pull them apart. Spreading the upper back. Lift the chest. Keep the tailbone dropping so you're spreading the lower back. And then shift your weight forward, come onto the toes of that back foot. Step into eagle, Garudasana, knee on top of knee. Unwind, Ardha Chandrasana. Feel free to use both hands on the floor until you feel steady, then maybe lift the left arm up, going towards a straight line through the arms. Last breath here. Release. Make your way back to down dog, however you want to get there. From down dog, left leg sweeps up, step forward, high lunge, arms up. Warrior three, one breath. Step back. Warrior one. Eagle arms. Left elbow on top. Sink the hips. Lift the chest. Tip forward, come onto the toes of that back foot. Eagle, Garudasana, knee on top of knee. Torso spreading long and wide. Last breath here. Unwind. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Going in the directions you know to go in. Meeting your limits right where they are perfectly. Last breath here. Release. Make your way back to a good rest. letting go. Last breath here. Let's come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward, inhaling flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, arms up, inhale, chair. Exhale, straighten. Again, inhale, chair. From here, let's take a twist. Left elbow across to the outside of the right knee. Work the palms towards the center of the chest. Back to center, hips low, arms high. Same thing, other side. Back to center, hips low, arms high. Interlace fingers behind your back. Lift the heart, fold. Wrapping arms overhead. You're welcome to separate your feet, more or less. And release arms all the way down. Let's lower the hips, come into a squat, malasana. If your heels don't easily come to the floor, you're welcome to turn your toes out, widen your stance, use props. You might sit on a block or slide a blanket under your heels. We're going to open up the knees using the elbows. Roll your shoulders back and down. We'll work our root lock here, Mula Bandha. Same as a Kegel exercise. As you exhale, draw the pelvic floor muscles in and up. As you inhale, release that. Exhale, engage. Inhale, release. Exhale, engage. Inhale, release. And then engage and keep holding, keep breathing, drawing in strongly through the bottom, connecting that up to the top, feeling the full length and space you take up. Release back to a forward fold, any arm position, any movement. Let's try a crow pose. If you don't want to try crow, you can stay in your forward fold or come back to your squat. If you want to try it, hands flat, knees to the upper arms. Shift your weight forward. More weight in the hands, less weight in the feet. Your toes do not need to come off the floor if they're not ready to. Can your breath be deep wherever you are? If the toes are weightless, you might lift them up. And then release. Release your wrists either with circles, rubbing, or stand hand. One hand at a time might slide under the feet. So the toes come up to the wrists. Toes pushing into the pads of the hands. A little massage. We'll make our way to down dog, however you want to get there. If you want to take crow again, step or hop out of that, you're welcome. You could also just step back or take a vinyasa to get back. From down dog, right leg sweeps up, step forward, high lunge, arms up. Let's take a twist here. Left elbow across. If there's a different variation of this you'd rather, you're welcome. You could have arms extended. You could do a low lunge. Release, hands to the floor, or grab your blocks. Drop the back knee to the floor. Feel free to pat it, rolling up the side of your mat or using a blanket. Let's take the hips back for a hamstring stretch. Inch the front foot forward, flex the toes back. Hands right under shoulders as high as you need them. If you want to slide forward towards splits, you are welcome. If you did slide forward, slide your way back, both hands to the inside, turn out through the right foot. Lizard pose. You might rest onto hands or elbows, blocks or the floor. If you want to add a quad stretch, you're welcome. Each pose is an opportunity. Taking whatever instruction as a jumping off point and then really tuning into your own body and what's needed for you right now. Let's release. Make your way back to down dog, however you want to get there. From down dog, left leg sweeps up, step forward, high lunge, arms up. Come into a twist, right elbow across. Release. Hands to the floor or to your blocks. Drop the back knee, inch the left foot forward, flex toes back, and then find your edge moment by moment. You might go towards splits, you might not. If you had slid forward, slide your way back. Let's come into lizard. Both hands to the inside, turn out through the left foot, and then feel around inside the pose. If you added a quad stretch on the other side, you're welcome to add that again. Then release. Make your way back to down dog, feeling what you're doing as you go. Let's come all the way through to sitting. Extend the legs forward, flesh of the sit bones back, inch the heels forward, folding, using your hands to support you. That could be on the feet, Could be something around the feet, could be on the floor. Inhale to look up. Exhale, release. Let's get set up for a supported fish. If you know how you like to do this, you can come right into it. You might use blankets or blocks or cushions, bolster, rolled up yoga mat. Lots of things could work. Something is going to go behind the upper back, pretty high up. Just low enough so the tops of the shoulders can fall off the end of it. And depending on how high this thing is, you may want something else supporting your head, a block, blanket, cushion. Arms can be overhead or out to the side. Legs can be bent or straight. Try to lengthen the lower back, tucking the tailbone towards the heels. If the first thing you try doesn't feel quite right, try something else. For more intensity, try something harder or higher. For less intensity, try something smaller or softer. Could be just a tiny little roll of a blanket. And then see how much you can let go here. If you want to keep relaxing into this shape, that's an option. This could be a good place to just keep letting go into. If you're ready to release, one gentle way of doing so is to interlace your fingers behind your head. Lift your chin to your chest, taking the pressure off, and then move your stuff out of your way. Roll down, rest. Feel the effect of that. You might take a happy baby as a counter stretch, grabbing the soles of the feet, pressing your knees towards the floor. We are moving towards the end of class, towards the end of this practice, so this would be a good time to practice asking yourself what you need. You may or may not get a clear answer, and it's a really good practice either way, maybe especially if you're not getting a clear answer. Just, what do I need now? What would feel good now? Is there a body part that could use some attention? Is there some movement that would feel integrating? So whether you're choosing with great care or just randomly doing something, feel what you're doing. It's probably good enough. Each time you finish, you can ask again, what now? And when nothing else is needed, you can come into your final resting pose, Shavasana, and there's no rush on that. If you're still wrapping things up, feel what you're doing, give it the time it needs. When you are ready to come into your final rest, get as comfortable as you can. If you want to adjust your clothing or put on extra layers or grab props, take your time getting settled. Eventually settling into stillness, letting go. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Move your wrists and ankles. Stretch out through your arms and legs. And bring your knees in. Roll to one side. And use your hands to help you up to sitting. Bring hands together at the heart. And just take a moment to silently thank yourself for your practice. And you might let that gratitude expand out to the people and circumstances that make it possible for you to be here. And that could extend far and wide. Maybe even sending gratitude and well wishes to all beings everywhere. Namaste. Thank you.